The year 2013 goes down as an eventful year in Ghana, a year of political drama that saw a president sworn in only to be challenged at the Supreme Court later. Politically speaking, the year could be described as interesting.
I,
Edward Koblido Ajaho,
do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
It all began on the 7th January with the swearing-in of Edward Doe Ajaho as Speaker of Parliament and subsequently all the 275 members. One would have thought that with a peaceful swearing-in of Speaker and MPs, the rest of the program to the swearing-in of the President and his vice at the Black Star Square, to which international dignitaries had been invited, would go ahead without any hitches. But that was not to be. The minority MPP members of Parliament boycotted the ceremony at the Black Star Square, saying they did not recognize John Mahama as a truly elected President of Ghana. The Chief Justice, Georgina Theodora Wood, swore in first Vice President Pakwesi Amisa Arthur. Then John Dramani Mahama had his turn.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear
That I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the Republic of Ghana as by law established.
and allegiance to the Republic of Ghana as by law established.
The newly sworn-in president gave the nation an address.
There is a tremendous amount of work that still needs to be done. More jobs must be created. More roads must be built. Bridges, schools, and hospitals must be built. I have just taken an oath that as president of this nation, I will work hard to place us on the right path, and I'll lead us over the hurdles and pass the obstacles that might threaten to keep us from meeting our goals. The promises that I have made are promises that I intend to keep.
The MPP's boycott of his swearing-in ceremony did not deter President Mahama from his task, as he quickly began to name members of his administration. The next presidential assignment was the delivery of the State of the Nation address before Parliament. Again, the minority MPP MPs, who earlier were in the House for that day's proceedings, decided that once the president was ushered into the chamber, a boycott was the best way to re-echo their protest at his election as president of Ghana. Then began the vetting of President Mahama's nominees for ministerial positions. Again, the minority MPP MPs, who should have used the procedure to grill the president's nominees, decided the other way round by boycotting the vetting. In February, Ghanaians witnessed developments in the election petition case. For the first time, a court proceeding was aired live on TV. In the course of the hearing, many Ghanaians had become acquainted with terminologies such as pink sheets, overvoting, my lord, you and I were not there, for further and better particulars. One significant action taken by the president was a move of the seat of government from the Osu Castle to the Flagstaff House.
I am pleased to announce the relocation of the presidency and the seat of the government of Ghana from the Christianborg Castle, Osu, to the Flagstaff House, in keeping with an earlier promise I made to the nation.
Elsewhere on the international scene, the Catholic Church witnessed the historic step down of Pope Benedict XVI due to health challenges, and Pope Francis I took over. In March and beyond, energy crisis became so intense because of severe challenges in the sector. It was a time of what had become known as dumso in the Ghanaian parlance. The country had to endure a very painful load-shedding exercise, and at a point in time, the load shedding was not even followed at all. Against this backdrop, discussions among stakeholders in the sector pointed the need to increase electricity tariffs. But any talk of tariff increase was not welcomed by the public. As the year progressed, so did single spine-induced industrial strikes followed. doctors, the government and hospital pharmacists associations embarked on an industrial boycott to press home demand for fair wages. The Polytechnic Teachers Association of Ghana, as well as University Teachers Association of Ghana, also joined the fray. The Teachers and Education Workers Union, as well as nurses, were not left out of the strike galore. During the year under review, what Ghanaians did not experience in natural disasters came in road accidents. The 14-kilometer N1 highway, also known as the Tetekwashi Malam Highway or George Walker Bush Highway, claimed the lives of several people, and later electricity bulbs were stolen, and the country needed to spend 400,000 Ghana cedis to purchase new ones. Fire outbreaks in markets were also rampant in 2013. A number of markets, including Kantamanto, Makola, Madina, Malam and the Kumasi Central, were partly reduced to a pile of rubble as fire swept through them, destroying goods worth millions of Ghana cedis. In August, there was high tension as the day for the Supreme Court verdict on the election petition case drew closer. And many times, it rose to a crescendo that many thought the tiny thread that bound the country together would break. And the D-Day finally came on the 29th of September. The 9 justices of the Supreme Court who sat on the case unanimously dismissed the petition by the MPP and confirmed President John Mahama as the elected president and the choice of the people.
The first respondent was validly elected and the petition is therefore dismissed.
Once again, Ghana passed the democratic litmus test without any challenge and received a global applause. The year would also be remembered for the devastating and unexpected deaths that rocked the country's political circles. In September, Professor Kofi Awono met his untimely death at Westgate Shopping Mall in Nairobi, Kenya, when an Islamist Al-Shabaab group attacked shoppers there. In November, death also laid its icy hands on a member of the NDC Council of Elders, Harry Sawyer. But the demise that took over headlines was that of Nelson Mandela, who died at a ripe age of 95. Heads of states across the globe made their way to South Africa to pay their last respect to the anti-apartheid campaigner, the family and the people of South Africa. The year 2013 can also be described as a year of secret tapes. Then came in the WikiLeaks tape issue. Former Deputy Communications Minister Victoria Hammer was alleged to have been recorded by her driver, which led to her dismissal. She was alleged to have said in a secret recording that she wanted to make $1 million before quitting politics. Other issues that dominated public discourse were corruption-related Waterville, Isophoton, Suba, Jida, and the sale of the controversial drill ship, as well as the Judgment Debt Commission's work in general. As the month drew to a close, the minority in Parliament staged a walkout, accusing the government of smuggling a 2.5% increase in the value-added tax into a legislation that was being under consideration by the House. The members said the government was using its majority in the House to push through the increase without debate and due process.
Speaker, I insist. I insist. It's unparliamentary. The Parliament of this country. The use of the word surreptitiously.
Mr. Speaker, the Parliament of Ghana is not a parliament for the NDC. The Parliament of Ghana is not a parliament for the NDC. You do that. And we need to build consensus. We need to build consensus on such matters.
The floor of Parliament on the 4th of December turned into a playground of insults as the majority leader, Dr. Benjamin Kumbur, who in championing an anti-corruption crusade by politicians, mentioned the Woyome and drill ship saga.
I am saying that the perception and corruption is seen as a disease of the political elite of this country. And that has been confirmed by us by the drill ship and Woyome placards on this floor. Mr. Speaker, he is positing that in the context of the thievery, the stealing, the fundamental burglary of the country's coffers by Wyoming, which was facilitated by them.
Honorable KTMon, if you don't respect the chair, I will let the marshal drive you out of the chamber. You should respect the chair.
The 2014 budget and government policy statement was presented to Parliament by the Finance Minister, Seth Terkper. The sale of Merchant Bank to Fortis Equity Fund also became topical in the media. Executive Director of the Center for Freedom and Accuracy, Andrew Awuni, who challenged the sale in court, had his case thrown out. Indeed, the year 2013 had been very eventful, especially in the energy sector, and many said it was a year of boys are bre and girls are bre, and if you like, girls kasa. Obviously, Ghanaians would be hopeful for a better 2014.